Hey, it's Adam from CollectionDX here, and I wanted to give you my quick video review of Transformers Classics Grimlock. Classics line, basically, for those who don't know, they're doing whole new sculpts, new all-plastic toy versions of classic characters, and there doesn't seem to have been a real rhyme or reason to it. They seem to have kind of gone with a real mix, you know, some of the major characters, some of the more popular characters. I do know they're going to continue the line in the fall under the Universe banner. We're going to see a couple of new classic sculpts, so to speak. The old new Sideswipe and Sunstreak are no ones that have been mentioned out there. But this is Grimlock. He's in the newest wave. If you look real hard, you can find him on the shelf. Like I said, they're kicking around. Basically all plastic. He is poseable. So let's, get that out of the way. If you don't like the way I've got him situated, relax. They give you the tail, some bunch of hinges here, so you can completely pose that the way you want. His legs are completely poseable. Same thing with the front tinier paws. So if you want to pose him more like the classic Grimlock, stand more upright, by all means you can. Of course. So. Missile fires. Voila. They've been using the firing missiles to great effect, I believe, in this line. So that comes off. They cheat a little bit with Grimlock. He's a bit of a shell former. Although you could argue, well, his tail turns into a weapon if you wanted to. It's an ugly weapon, I think, but you can do it. Basically, to start transforming him, his whole back part just slides right off. There's his head. This is almost backwards to what the original Grimlock was like, but the finished result is a real nice homage, so to speak, to the classic character that I think we all know and love. So real quick, head flips down, truss gets split apart, and it's basically just a leg. You can think in theory you're supposed to move them out like this first, but either way works. And that's it. Those are his legs, folks. You can bring his arms in down here. So, it's real simple, real straightforward. A lot of posability, a lot of rotation in his leg joints up here. It's forward and back. So you're left with a big honkin' shell of the half of the neck, instead of it hanging off the back the way it used to. Now they're using it in the legs. This one's a little tricky, so bear with me if I screw this up, and I gotta back it up, but they've got this very odd transformation mechanism here in the chest. So real quick here, let's just kind of line these up. Let's do the feet first, basically. Cheat a little bit, and voila, that's it. That's all there is to it. These big, thick, brawly arms. No rotation up here below the shoulder. Nothing here in the way of the wrists. You're kind of left with that. Although, again, for the design, once you see it finished, I think it actually works pretty good. So I'm going to do the same here. Not complicated. The plastic on this, not as impressive as the Jetfire, but again, this isn't like the $25 toy. This is more, I think these are going for I think suggested retail is supposed to be $15, but I think most retailers, the Toys R Us, the KBs, the whoever's, are getting, well, not KB, leave them out of it, they're always overpriced, are usually getting about $12 for them. So, shop around, don't get gouged. They disappear quick, but they're around right now. So, basically, both arms are on hinges, like so. There's a little hook on either side. So I'm just going to flip that out. That was the back holding the missile. That just kind of gets out of the way. And here you're basically going to come around and bring this arm this way. Now while you're doing that, you rotate the head, and then you flip the chest. It's a little odd, I know. Not complicated, but the first couple times when you do it, you're like, what was I supposed to do? And you get kind of turned around on it, but You got, of course, the huge rotation in the elbows. And instead of a sword, he's got sort of a hybrid gun, big knife. So they kept the nods to the original design while doing something a little different. And I think that the overall effect works pretty well. Now, of course, you can use the tail as some sort of a weapon. The back just flips down there. And holds that little piping there. Voila. There you go. Grimlock. If you don't want to use this as a weapon, which I tend to have him displayed with this way. I don't like the effect myself of that, so I tend to... See if I can get him in a nice pose for you folks before I go. You know, if you're a fan of... I was always a fan of the Dinobots. I always thought they were kind of cool. So it's kind of hard to say no after being so impressed with the other ones in this line. Not as big a wow factor as, say, the Jetfire, but, you know, still nice. Hey, for 12 bucks, I gotta say, they've been doing... The designs are great. You know, the pose decently. It goes with the rest of them. Say, yeah, it's definitely a win. Go grab them while you can. Thanks for watching.